New this morning, President Donald Trump's tariffs on major U.S. trade partners are now in effect. The 25% tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada kicked in just after midnight. An additional 10% tariff on Chinese imports also took effect. Both China and Canada moved swiftly to retaliate. China says it'll impose additional tariffs of up to 15% on some U.S. goods. Canada vowed tariffs of up to 25%. Coming up at 9:30, we'll explain what will cost more for you under these new tariffs.
China wasted no time in retaliating against the new U.S. tariffs, announcing their own tariffs on American food and effectively telling 15 companies they can no longer do business here without special permission. It's a big hit for American farmers, especially in the Midwest, who export a lot to China. It's the largest food importer in the world. Chicken, wheat, corn, cotton, all subject to a 15% tariff, and 10% tariffs on sorghum, soybeans, pork, beef, fruit, vegetables, dairy, aquatic products. The levies take effect on March the 10th, which is a sign that Beijing is allowing some time and maybe room for negotiation, but there has been very little communication between the two sides since President Trump announced tariffs last month. Together, there's now 20% on nearly all Chinese goods. The White House says it's about fentanyl, accusing China of doing too little to stop the flow of it into the U.S., something Chinese officials here take great exception to, pointing to counter-narcotics cooperation with U.S. officials. Beijing is also warning the U.S. about using tariffs as a national security tool and say the Trump administration right now doesn't appear to know what China wants. China's foreign ministry has called the tariffs blackmail, and they've hinted that they may curtail or even cut off counter-narcotics cooperation, which is something that's happened before. Overall, the message from the leadership here appears to be that unilateral tariffs don't work, and ultimately it will be U.S. businesses and consumers who will pay the price. Janice Mackey-Ferrer, NBC News, Beijing.